Hi everyone, what's up? This is Jeff Boyce with HomeSmart Cherry Creek Properties, and in this video I've done the top 19 reasons why you may consider buying a home and relocating to Aurora, Colorado. And that's going to include the cost of living for homes and rental homes, apartment rentals, plus all the negatives and positives of living in Aurora, Colorado. By the way, I've lived in Aurora, Colorado in the Denver metro area since I was 18 years old, and I have been a real estate broker selling homes and owning homes in Aurora, Colorado for the past 20-some years. I've shown tens of thousands of homes, have closed over $100+ million in real estate sales, and I can help you target and find the perfect home for you in the perfect neighborhood that matches close by where your job is. I can probably answer any question you have on relocating here to the Denver metro area or Aurora, and I swear I've driven up and down every street, boulevard, cul-de-sac, and avenue 10,000 times since I've been 18 years old living here in the Denver metro area. If you like this video, please subscribe below. I appreciate it. And I want to thank everyone over the past 20 years or so, and especially the last 3 or 4 doing these YouTube videos. I do a ton of business and a ton of home sales, and I really appreciate everyone that's called me or emailed me or texted me off of these YouTube videos. So thank you very much. Welcome to Denver. Welcome to possibly Aurora. Let's get started. If you're like a lot of everyone that I talk to on the phone or correspond by email or text, a lot of you are wondering, what in the heck does Aurora, Colorado look like, and why is it so popular? So I came up with these 19 reasons why you should consider buying a home in Aurora, Colorado. Let's get started. Number 1, Aurora is the most popular city outside of Denver itself in the entire Denver metro area. As a matter of fact, it's 160 square miles big. Aurora is on the east side of Denver, and Aurora is bordered on the north by Denver International Airport and Green Valley Ranch. One of the coolest factoids about Aurora and why it's so popular is that the north-south streets and the east-west streets, all the major ones, have 3 lanes going each way. It is just the bomb. Aurora was planned really well in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and it's actually really easy to get in and around Aurora with 6 lanes on all of the major streets. This is definitely 2 thumbs up for Aurora because it can handle some major morning and evening rush hour traffic. And after that, during the day, it's not a problem at all, where other cities have lots of traffic in them throughout the day. Aurora doesn't. Aurora is a big city. It's the second biggest city in Colorado. It's got 382,000 residents, and compare that to the number 1 populous city, which is Denver, which has about 675,000 residents currently. Number 2, Aurora is affordable. Affordable housing, the average median price of a home in Aurora, median price means half the homes sell above it and half the homes sell below it. The median price is $375,000 in Aurora, whereas Denver and Denver County is $430,000 for the average median price. Also, Aurora has the most homes listed for sale under $400,000 of any other city in the Denver metro area. It's very affordable. According to apartments.com, the 1-bedroom rental rate is $1,250 a month, so it's pretty affordable on rental housing too. Number 3, Aurora had nearly 5,000 home sales last year. Compare that with Denver that had about 6,400 home sales last year. Therefore, Aurora is the number 1 place to buy a single-family home in the Denver metro area outside of Denver itself. Number 4, Aurora sometimes gets a bad rap because we've had some shootings here before. And that's really too bad because Overall, Aurora is a great place to raise a family. As a matter of fact, my oldest son and his wife just bought a nice home over in Aurora, great big giant 2-story with a unfinished basement that we're working on right now. Giant garden we put in, very affordable. Giant 2-story home, over 3,000 square feet. And the purchase price on that about a year ago was $385,000. Not bad, huh? I bought my first home in the late 1980s, and I've owned 3 other homes in Aurora, including some rental homes. Aurora is actually a cool place to own property. It's just so bad that Aurora gets such a bad rap. Number 5, Aurora has some big employers, and that includes a lot of the big medical centers. So you've got Anschutz Medical Center, the Children's Hospital, the newly built VA Hospital, and also the CU Medical Campus is all up there in between Colfax and 6th Avenue or so. There's also some other big employers like the Buckley Air Force Base, Raytheon, and there's an Amazon fulfillment center out in eastern Aurora. If your job is near downtown Denver, depending on the rush hour and traffic and or any construction, you're looking at about 45 minutes to get to downtown Denver or so. And if you're down in the tech center, working down there, you can swing down 225 and be over there in 25, 35 minutes or so. Number 6, Aurora is divided in the north half by the Aurora Public Schools, and then on the south part of it by the infamous world-renowned Cherry Creek School District. There are 65 schools in the Aurora Public Schools, including 27 elementary schools, 14 middle schools, 6 high schools, and 1 vocational tech college, and 12 charter schools, just to name a few. There were almost 2,300 single-family homes sold that fed into the Aurora Public Schools last year. And those account for about 46%, almost 50-50 of the homes in Aurora. There were about 2,700 single-family homes sold last year that fed into the Cherry Creek School District, which makes up about 54% of the remainder. The Cherry Creek School District has 43 elementary schools, 11 middle schools, and 8 high schools. And that also includes the city of Centennial to the south combined. The Cherry Creek schools are very highly rated and boast an 89% graduation rate, amongst the highest in the state. Number 8, most of Aurora is in the Arapahoe County area and boasts the number 2, 3, and 4 best-selling zip codes in the entire Denver metro area. 813, 815, and 816 are the 2, 3, and 4 best-selling zip codes in the entire Denver metro area. These 3 zip codes alone in Aurora accounted for 15% of the total single-family homes sold in the Denver metro area, so you can see why Aurora is so popular. So let's break down those 3 zip codes. 813, the number 1 selling subdivision is Mission Viejo, number 2 is Summer Valley, number 3 is Sterling Hills, number 4 is the Conservatory, and number 5 is Meadowwoods. In zip code 815, which includes Aurora and Centennial, the number 1 selling subdivision by far is Copperleaf, where the average median price out there is about $485,000, and you can get a brand new or nearly brand new home out there. Gorgeous out there in Copperleaf. Number 2 would be the Saddle Rock Ridge area, and number 3 is Pheasant Run. Then in zip code 816, which is getting out there further east and down south, the number 1 selling subdivision is Talon's Reach, with a median home price of $605,000. Number 2 is South Shore, and number 3 is Tollgate Crossing, where the median price is about $450,000. Number 12, Aurora rocks. My 2 sons were born there. at the Aurora Medical Center, and it's a great place still to raise kids. There's lots of stuff, lots of parks in Aurora. The median age in Aurora is 34, and the median household income is $59,000 a year. Plus, about 31% of Aurora residents have a bachelor's or graduate degree. Another interesting fact is that about 38% of Aurora residents have kids under the age of 18, so they've got kids in elementary, middle, or high school. Number 13. Another giant plus for Aurora is that it has light rail that runs right through the middle, basically right up 225, and there are 11 light rail stations throughout Aurora. You can even catch a light rail out to DIA Airport. You can get a popular bus pass, light rail pass, for about $99 a month starting at. Number 14, there are a ton of fun family things to do for you and your kids, and that includes over 100 city parks and kids soccer and kids football, pee-wee football programs. There's 86 miles of walking trails and bike paths. There are 3 off-leash dog parks and 7.5 acres of open space areas. The Aurora Reservoir and the Cherry Creek Reservoir are super popular areas for swimming and boating and fishing, biking, picnicking, horseback riding, paddle boarding, sailing, and kayaking out there. I do a lot of kayaking and bike riding around Cherry Creek Reservoir. It's awesome. Plus, there's the super popular Highline Canal that kind of dissects Aurora with its walking and bike paths. And there's 40 plus miles of the Highline Canal that goes all the way to far southwest Littleton. And you can actually ride your bike in Aurora all the way down the Chatfield Reservoir. And I've done it before. There are 4 indoor year-round pools in Aurora, including Utah Park, Beck, Central, and Moorhead pools, so the kids can swim all winter long when it's snowy out, and or you can do laps. Plus, there are 7 award-winning public golf courses in Aurora. Aurora is super popular with the golfers, and 2 big popular malls, the Aurora Mall and the new Southlands Mall down in the far southeast part of Aurora Centennial, that in the winter they flood the fountain and they make an ice skating rink down there. Pretty darn cool. Number 15. There are a ton of restaurants and entertainment in Aurora. Almost too much to list. But there's 8 microbreweries there that are just awesome. And I have been at nearly every one of those. And I can tell you that 222 Brew, Dry Dock Brewing, Ursula Brewery, Launchpad Brewery, Peak to Peak Tap and Brew, BJ's Brewery, Pilot House Brewing Company, and the Bent Barley Company are awesome. All of them have great food, great wings, great nachos at some of them, and awesome microbrews. Number 16, the Denver International Airport is only about 15 to 30 minutes away depending on where you live in Aurora. So you either go up I-25 or you go around 470 to get to the airport. Downtown Denver to go see the Colorado Rockies play at Coors Field, or go see the Denver Broncos, or down to the Pepsi Center, the Colorado Avalanche hockey, and Denver Nuggets. You're looking at about 35 minutes to an hour down there depending on what time you go down there, or if you go down there on a Lyft or an Uber. You're about an hour and a half to the mountains, and that's from the Denver area up and out I-70 through the tunnel and over to Keystone, Copper Mountain, and Breckenridge. Number 17. Why is Aurora so popular? The answer is housing prices. It has got the best housing prices probably in the entire Denver metro area, depending on what you're looking for. It's very affordable for single people, couples, and couples getting ready to start families, or people with kids already. You can find some great deals on Aurora, depending on if you're interested in the Cherry Creek School District part of it, or the Aurora Public Schools. It's very affordable. Number 18. You're probably wondering why the Aurora homes are so much less expensive than other parts of town. And the reason is that 65% of the homes built in Aurora were built in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. So 65% of the homes are a little bit older. So they're much smaller floor plans than a lot of those. We still have some brick bungalow homes in the 80010 area. And there are lots of smaller floor plans, which means the homes sell for less. So there's lots of ranch style homes, bi-levels. We do lots of tri-levels in Aurora, and there's still tons and tons of two-stories. In some of the hilly areas to the south part of Aurora, we can still find lots of homes with walkout basements, and a lot of people love walkout basements. Really cool. But you can also get a newer home for your money too, especially in the Saddle Rock Southlands area with all the new construction out there at South Shore, Talons Reach, and Tollgate Crossing, and all the new builder construction in between. 19. Here's an interesting factoid for you. 2/3 of Aurora residents polled said that Aurora was an excellent to good place to live. Isn't that awesome? And nearly 3/4 said their neighborhood and subdivision was good to excellent in a recent poll. And they had a great home for its value there. Do you think you'd like to live in the Aurora area? If so, call me, text me, 303-622-5700, or email me. Let me know what part of Aurora your job might be in. If there's a part of Aurora that you've been researching or looking at that you would like to get a free custom list of homes, I can email that to you daily. I can email that to you weekly. Or if you're not going to relocate out here for maybe another 3 or 4 to 6 months, I can send that out to you every 2 weeks or month or so. But you can get an idea of the home prices, number of bedrooms, if you'd like a 1, 2, or 3 car garage, and I'd be glad to email that to you. Again, my name is Jeff Boyce with HomeSmart Cherry Creek Properties. I'd love to help you relocate or buy a great home in Aurora, Colorado, or another Denver metro city, one that's just the perfect home for you and the perfect area for everything that you're looking for in a home. And I've got your back. I will help you find a great home in the Denver metro area. Thank you very much. Do me a favor, down below, please give me a thumbs up if you like this, thumbs down if you don't. Leave me comments and subscribe. I do lots of videos in the Denver metro area, and I'll keep you posted on everything new that comes up if you will subscribe. Once again, thank you and welcome to Aurora, Colorado, and welcome to the Denver metro area. This is Jeff. Thanks.